Assalamu alaikum and hello viewers. It is to talk on IR theory. I mean theory of international relations. So let's first define what is a theory. Theory is a set of propositions and concepts which explains phenomena by specifying relationships among the concepts. A theory leads to a hypothesis. By testing interrelated hypotheses, a theory is verified, it is refined, and new relationships are found. What does a theory do? A theory describes phenomena, it explains phenomena, and predicts phenomena. I mean, a theory helps us in description, explanation, and prediction of various phenomena. Here it is the theory of international relations. So theory of IR, it gives us theoretical and conceptual understanding and analysis of the world politics, international relations, and interstate relations. Theory of international relations, it is much debated, especially in the 20th and 21st centuries. Most particularly, after the end of the First World War, there was establishment of a chair of international relations, which was called Woodrow Wilson Chair at the University of Wales. Then much scholarship on not only on international relations was produced, but on theoretical understanding, I mean theories of international relations was created. Especially in this regard, we have the E.H. Carr's 20 Years Crisis, the book which was published in 1939, and later on the Hans J. Margenthau book, Politics Among Nations, Struggle for Power and Peace, which was published in 1948. These books are considered as milestone and give a kind of foundation to international relations, especially the IR theories. Then we have so many other debates which we will discuss here. IR theory is just like a pair of the sunglasses. If we wear yellow sunglasses, the world will look yellow. If we wear red tinted sunglasses, we will see the world as red. So same is the situation with international relations theories. There are a lot of IR theories and they have their own explanations about events of international politics and international relations. The theories of international relations also base their discussion on the levels of analysis which I have already discussed in one of my videos, like individual level of analysis, state level of analysis, and international system or international level of analysis. While some scholars, they also count the fourth one, which is called the global level of analysis. There are two kinds of theories, inductive and deductive. Inductive theory starts with observation, then a researcher leads and reaches to a conclusion having the generation of a new theory. A deductive theory, it is based, the scholarship or research is already based on an established theory, and then it leads to a hypothesis, and then a researcher reaches and leads to the final conclusion of his or her research. We can also divide the theories of international relations in two categories. One, the positivist or rationalist theories, and the second category, that is the post-positivist or reflectivist theories. The first category, which is Positivist or rationalist theories are those who have focus on the state level of analysis. State has primary concern. While the post-positivist or reflectivist theories, there the security it ranges from class to gender and even to the post-colonialism. Here I give you example of the crisis in Middle East. So different theories, they view situation in Middle East in different perspectives. Realists, they call it as a struggle for power, struggle for influence among the great powers of the world, among the regional powers, USA, China, Russia, the European Union, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Israel, Egypt, and so many others. They may engage with one another in zero-sum game, as realism discusses. Some scholars and theoreticians, they may consider the intervention and the role of international organizations. They may say that United Nations can come forward and solve the problems in Middle East. I mean that they give importance to the role of international organizations. They also do have consideration for the human lives. They do believe on international cooperation, I mean cooperation among the states. Marxists, or the theory of Marxism, it views it differently. I mean, they call it as a struggle of class. The elite class, the upper class. Also, oil is important in Middle East. The politics of economics is important there. So they view it in different perspective. So that is why now we have rich scholarship in international relations because of these ongoing debates among the theoreticians and the scholars of international relations based on their own theoretical understandings of the international politics. Based on these theories, we have great debates in international relations. We have first great debate. So the first great debate is also called realist-idealist debate. That a debate was occurred between the realism and idealism or liberalism. It was especially in 1930s and 1940s era. The second debate, that is called second great debate, it was between the scientific approach of international relations and the traditional approach of IR. That is also called the scientism-traditionalism debate. The third debate we have, that is the inter-paradigm debate or the third great debate. It was among the realism, idealism, and the radical international relations theories. Some scholars, they don't consider it as a great debate. The fourth one, we have the fourth great debate, and that was mainly between the positivist theories and the post-positivist theories. I mean the rationalist theories and the reflectivist theories. It was mainly, on the one hand, realism and liberalism, they had to compete with the other theories of international relations. Some scholars, they may predict the fifth great debate that may occur in future among the various theories, but still it is unclear whether it will happen or not. So the theory of international relations is very important while we consider the explanation, the description, and also the prediction of the international politics. How, why, and what questions are really significant and crucial in this regard. If we have understanding of the IR theories, so we can consider international relations and politics in a better way. Now, which theory is correct and which theory is incorrect. It depends on a reader's and a scholar's, a researcher's understanding and explanation. It depends on his experience, and it depends on his brought up. All these things matter while deciding about the suitability of IR theory. I mean that an event may be the same, but the explanations are different and theories are different. That's why now we have a world of international relations theories, and with each passing day there is generation and there is more scholarship, more literature and more debate among various theories of international relations. Dear viewers, keep watching my channel, subscribe it, and also press the bell icon to be informed with my new video uploads. Take care.